Oh, I got you, brother. I got you. What's up, Jake?
What's going on, man? Heard you guys had quite the show tonight.
Man, I struggled with doing it, and I at first I was like, man, I don't know if I want to get involved with this. But after what he said about his kids, I don't know if you've seen it, but
No.
he's been going on all day, so he don't give a fuck about his kids. Excuse my language. And he said that on live a couple times tonight. He threatened to go over there and beat her windshield out of her car and slash her tires. And after that, she wanted to come up. She wanted a platform. She was talking to Buddy behind the scenes and telling Buddy, "Hey, listen, like she reached out to Buddy. Um, I don't know if he gave if Rocco gave him Buddy's information or not.
Well, Rocco's been on that for the last week and a half. He goes, Buddy told me I'm a good father. And it's like, dude, none of these people know if you're a good father besides you. Like, no, you're not looking for validation from other people online of if you're a good father. We don't see your kids. You do.
Yeah,
Like, this
yeah,
has nothing to do with these people online.
yeah, facts.
So,
Yeah, yeah, whenever I found out that she lives right across the street from him, and he's online saying that we're the cause of him not seeing his kids, when all he has to do is just hit that stop button and walk across the street and see his kids.
right.
Blew my mind. Blew my mind. I figured that she was across town, something he couldn't just go see them. They were having some issue, whatever. But that's not the case. She was talking to us for a good 20 minutes behind the scenes before I got up, and I was telling her, "Listen, you don't have to do this. You don't." But wanted a platform to speak out because he's not listening to her. She tries to talk to him in person, and he's not getting it. So she felt the best way to do it was to get on a live and watch him see it, and maybe he could listen to it. And then when he showed up at her door, I was like, oh my God, like, wow, you live right across the street from your kids and you're blaming me and the little family and Jacob and everybody else for the reason why you can't see your kids and you live across the street from them, bud? Come on now. I've watched you for the past week be on live 10 to 15 hours a day on
Right.
live and you can't shut your live down to go see them? Yeah,
Right. Even if it's just like, hey, so he's been doing this thing where he wakes up in the middle of the day or in the beginning of the day and says what he wants to do. What if your thing is wake up, grab some fucking coffee, and go help get your kids ready for school?
facts, facts.
Just something simple like that. Like you don't have to spend the whole fucking day with them. Maybe they're at school all day. Whatever.
Yeah,
Wake up and be there.
bro,
Like,
you know this. I know this. I can tell by
oh,
you.
no, I felt. Let
I
me let me be totally honest. I felt like shit because I stayed up way too late last night, fucking stressing about this stupid drama, and then I was way too tired in the morning for my own family, and I was like, man, I can't be doing that shit. Like I I got upset with myself about it, and I don't know. I wish other people would realize that it's not anybody else's job to validate your relationship. Only you can. It's not. It's not anybody else's responsibility. And as much as you want to put the blame on others, that's all you can do is take responsibility for your own actions. Everything else is out of your control. Like, ugh.
Man,
But no, I'm friends with her on Facebook. I've known her. I don't really talk to her, but I've known about their relationship and kind of what's what's going on with it and how it got to the point that it's at. But I never wanted to put her online because I felt like there was so much that she would have had to do to defend some of the stuff that Rocco said, and it's just like I'm not putting her on the spot like that. It's not her job. Like I don't know how you guys formed it. I haven't seen it yet, so
yeah, no, she wanted a platform to get up and talk about it, and I provided it to her. I was struggling with it, but after what he said today, I figured, fuck it, he's gonna get on and run his mouth, and he's gonna be blaming us for this shit. Let's hear straight from the horse's mouth why he can't see his kids, why he can't do what he needs to do, and that's on him.
well, and it sounds like she's just a responsible adult. She's not going to put her kids in that situation if she doesn't think it's right. Just sounds like she's the bigger person in the whole thing. She's trying to work with the guy. I'll be honest, most girls don't want to work with the guy at that point. Like if you're that guy across the street not doing anything, not being involved, and then trying to be weekend dad or whatever, girls aren't going to want to have anything to do with you. Like, I'm surprised she wanted to be involved at all, or wants him to be involved at all. And it's probably just for the kids. Like she seems to have a good head on her shoulders, to be honest.
Yeah, and she jumped up there and told her story and shit. Um, and I appreciate it, man. She admitted what she did wrong. She admitted how she's had her problems, but she fought back. And when she met Rocco, she told us she was on the streets and stuff. And from that point, she's worked back and she's got her kids back and she's busting her ass with a fucking deadbeat right across the street that's not helping with nothing. With nothing.
Man. Yeah. I had a feeling his whole online world and this persona he's built around himself was going to crumble soon. And I tried to warn him about it because he just got too into his ego. He'd be watching my show and he'd be like, "Oh, Jacob has only got 4 people watching him right now." I'm like, whatever, man. Like, and I'll probably have 4 people watching me tomorrow. It's okay. I can deal with that. Like, I don't do this to make money. If you think you're going on YouTube to make money, Rocco, and it's going to happen overnight, you're going to be damn near surprised if it doesn't.
Yeah, the same with me. But I started this to have fun. I mean, and then shit happened with Little Feller.
Well, now, once you talked about what happened with you and Little Feller, like I loved your guys' message. You guys were just out here fucking ridding the streets with some fucking creeps.
Yeah, it's what we're trying to do, man. But it gets fun, and I know we cross the line sometimes. We all do. And I can admit it. I'm not gonna sit up here and say I'm an angel on here. I've done some shit that has crossed some lines and said some words that I shouldn't say. But you, we're not locals. We learn from our mistakes. We try not to make those same mistakes, and we don't hide behind. We don't make excuses for them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, but I just wanted to come over here and let you know I stopped in for a minute because I seen your live.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Just let
You know you're always welcome over here.
And I understand some people don't like that bringing personal shit on there, but I mean, when they get the context to it and they watch the whole story about it and what she actually said on there, I mean, it was her choice. Nobody forced her to get up there. Nobody.
Right.
I mean, she reached out and she needed to talk to this man, and it's
Well,
unfortunate.
and to be fair, if he's putting her family online, talking about them in the sense that he is, she should still have the right to defend herself and the actual situation. Like
Exactly.
It doesn't sound like you guys like pulled her on to do something she didn't want to do. She finally gets her chance of being heard when all it is him talking about the situation. You get one side of it.
And he was doxed. Like we put her on there under an alias, and he doxed her in his life. Like told her real name. Like we didn't want any of the kids' names brought up or nothing. I mean, we try to protect it. I didn't find out that they lived across the street from each other because, like, seriously, I didn't look into her. Like, this dude's online saying he has pictures of my family, pulling a gun out online saying he's gonna deal with it. We're gonna pop my top, and I'm not supposed to defend myself. But then, like when I defend myself, you want to act all stupid. He told me now he's gonna call the cops on me and put me in jail. I said, go ahead and do what you gotta do. I ain't a fucking rat. But I know I didn't threaten you like you threatened me, motherfucker. I skipped over your kids' videos. I didn't reach out to your lady. Your ex-old lady reached out to us. And it's not my fault that he is not man enough to listen to somebody in real life. He's got to be on the internet for her to get on the internet for her to voice her opinion to him. And it's
Dude, his 2 worlds just came together. Like when that happened, like he's probably separated online and offline stuff a lot until he met the little family. when he started getting fucking shit on his doorstep and fucking
legends, bro, legends. Official. It's a Rocco verse official. Sub up to that channel. More content to come. That dude, that person is a legend. And yeah, he doesn't know. I mean, we might be a small community of little people, little family over here, but we got some real ones in our community, and we don't just go after somebody for nothing. We don't. That's not what we do. We don't pick on people who don't deserve. They don't deserve it. This guy deserves it. This dude has caused hell in so many communities. In your community, Jacob, and a lot of other communities, causing so much hell.
Oh yeah,
we're
Penny,
gonna,
the Moon Man,
yeah.
Douglas Dietrich. Like I could list people that like haven't even been brought up in these videos. Like I know all the. God, I know too much about Rocco, and this is what I was trying to tell people before. I'm like I'm way too involved. That's why he doesn't want to talk to me. He knows he knows I know everything about him, or at least everything he's presented on the internet. And none of it might be true. I just know what he said online, and I have documents of all of it. Like I have every single video we've ever done. And God, he gets himself in these things all the time. He's always got to be hating somebody. I pulled up a video from 2 years ago, and he had a girlfriend. He had a girlfriend that was going to move in with him at the time, and she's a guitar player and a singer, and he was going to teach her how to play guitar. And immediately after that, he was like, "Oh man, it'd be cool if I could play for Ryan Upchurch." Like, I'm like, "Oh my God, the foreshadowing 2 fucking years ago."
Yeah.
When all of this started. Oh.
Well, I just wanted to come over here and tell you, fuck, I respect you, bro. I respect you, and I know this last week has been stressful for you. It was nothing against you. I just had to take a step back because they were actually trying to help this kid, and there was a little bit of trolling going on. But as far as media goes,
and there was trolling going on from my community and people like not my community personally, because he thinks he's like me and all my guys. We have a troll that follows us around, and then there's Tards on Deck that follow him around. Like there's multiple people doing it. I just felt like my biggest thing was I was upset because I thought it was supposed to help him, and then all he did is redirected his anger at somebody else and something else. I didn't think he was helped in any way.
Yeah, well,
still that same angry kid.
Yeah, I stepped back from that. So, like, you didn't see me in his chats. He was spitting my name and shouting out. That's why I told him last night, stop mentioning my name and stop shouting out the little family. Like, you know what I mean? Just stop doing that. And I went in there genuinely to help him and let him know he porn bombed. Did you see that video?
Yeah. Where he showed his butt or whatever. I heard something about it.
Oh my goodness, bro, like you gotta watch it. I haven't saw my live last night. You gotta watch it.
I don't want to watch it.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. It's one of your shit. It is. Oh my God, I was so dead. But Jake, you can use any of my content. Any of the lives I got up, you wanna go through them. Feel free to use any of my content. I got nothing but respect for you, bro.
Same with you. You're more than welcome to use any of my stuff. I've always been open about that. I thought all you guys were doing was cool, man. And I actually pointed this out to everybody in my community. I was like, no, because Chris is in the chat. He was up on that panel with us when we brought Rocco up on. I was like, no, little me and little fella are different. I was like, they're different than everybody else. Everybody else was like, oh yeah, maybe take some time away from the internet, chill out a little bit. And little me and little fella were like, no, we're not going to stop. We're never going to stop. Just so you know that, like, until this is fixed, we're not stopping. And I was like, oh, okay. I took what you guys said serious because it did come off like that. I was like, no, they're serious about what they're talking about, Rocco. Like, they're not fucking around with you.
I seen that apology that he did, and it seemed sincere to me. It was the first time I ever seen actual little bit of sincerity that come out of his mouth when he was on there and he apologized to Brandy, he apologized to Mama Pay, and like, so I was like, so do I continue this? Do I continue just beating this dude down? Or do we just give him a little bit of an opportunity to maybe he can fix himself and he can get over this? And so that's why I stepped back and I was doing some, and I focused a little bit on that's why I did that live on Carl. And then it was just going, and every time I'd tune in over there, it was just so cringe. It was cringe what he was doing. I was seeing what he was doing, how he flipped from F Creek Squad to F Global Nation, and now he's going to box Johnny, and he's going to do this stuff when he's not going to do any of it. I was like, okay, I'm going to step back and just let this go. And then when I went there and actually, yesterday was the first time I went in there in over a week. So when I went there and told him that, and then he just flipped the switch on me and started cussing me out, and it was like game over. And then I got contacted about this.
Give him enough rope to hang himself with.
Yeah, and they do it. Cows do it all the time. I mean, they do it all the time. They do it all the time. They don't do it better. And he just made it so much worse for himself because now that people know that he really is a deadbeat and there's really truth out there that his kids live not within 30 seconds of him and he can see them at any point of the day, at least get up and get the fuck off the internet at late at night, at least wake up, like you said, and get them ready for school, help his baby mama out to get them ready and send them off, make their lunch or something. Come on, man. Come on.
So many people in the Outer Limits chat were getting mad at me. You were up there because I was making it. I was like, I don't think anybody's going after anybody's kids. I was like, even if he brings up your kids, I was like, I don't think the equalizer is to bring up his kids. And I was like, that's what I pointed you guys out for. I was like, they're not bringing up your kids, Rocco. I was like, as much as you're talking about other people's family and trying to dox people, I was like, they're not doing that to you. I was like, that's why I pointed you guys out. I was like, they're actually doing it legit.
Now, when I seen that in his chat, that's why I jumped up on my panel, because I was live and somebody went under there and his daughter, I didn't even know his daughter's name. I just knew somebody was in there using it because he was up there screaming it. I didn't know if he was lying or not, but my first instinct was, hey, let's get up on the live actually and tell these motherfuckers to stop, because it's not, they shouldn't be brought into this. Like you were saying last night, it's not their problem. Their dad's a fucking jackass. You know what I mean? Right. You can't take care of them.
The kids are innocent in the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. They have no idea what their dad's doing fucking 100 feet away in his house that he doesn't leave.
And literally, bro, 100 feet away. Like, we're on that live and she jumped on and she started telling her story, and he was on his live and he left the computer, and within 30 seconds he was knocking on her window. I was like, holy shit, you're telling me that you live 100 feet from your kids and you're blaming me and the little family and Jacob and Tar's on deck that you can't see your kids? Bro, you're out your fucking rap. Oh, you had me. I
hope that's not what's going on, Chris. He said he's trying to call her repeatedly now and listening to all the Eminem songs about doing shit to the ex. I hope she's okay. He's doing all this on his live. That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, he was trying to intimidate her.
He went full Marshall Mathers and Kim on him.
Yeah, she's got somebody. She says she has somebody over there staying with her, so she's not too worried about it. I told her on the live to fucking call the cops. If he comes over there doing that shit, call the fucking cops. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that boy's feeble. I bet she could take him.
I ain't a rat, and I don't condone anybody calling the cops. But if you're a single mom out there and you got kids in your house and some maniacs at the door, call the cops.
Yeah, get them involved.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just let them know at the time. Hey, there's this crazy guy across the street, and he feels like he's allowed to come over whenever he wants. So keep an eye on him for me. Like, man.
Yeah, bro. It broke my heart, though. And I was up there. I can seriously say it broke my heart because one of their babies is autistic, too, she was talking about. And I know how hard that is as having a mom and a dad inside the house, man. And to be a single mom dealing with that, it's got to be tough. It's got to be tough. I know how.
I'm hoping he doesn't have money to put anything in those arms. I do think I do know he has a gun. I don't.
If you go back and see,
the guy is so unstable. And this is what I said from the beginning. I'm like, dude, that's why whenever he was in the chat, I didn't let him read the bad comments. And whenever he came on here, he wasn't allowed to talk negatively about other people. Like, that was always my thing. Like, and it's always been kind of an ongoing thing. I'm like, I'm not just going to have somebody come on here and trash somebody else. It doesn't do any good. But if they're actually trying to help somebody, it's a whole different thing. But yeah, I was worried about his mental health, or he's going to hurt himself or somebody else. But
yeah, he just needs to get off the internet. He needs to get off here for at least a month and reset his brain. Like, the dopamines he's getting from the highs of being on the internet and then the lows of being on the internet is just messing with his head more. And he's taking
the little family gave him quite the goddamn ego boost recently. They all started supporting him. Like, Jesus Christ, he thinks he's friends with Ryan Upchurch now. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, I told him you're clout chasing, buddy. He was really the only reason why that church was over there is because somebody in our community reached out. I'm trying to give the person's name.
Mikey 12 Point?
Oh, no.
Because Mikey's got. Well, I just knew Mikey had like comments and stuff that were pinned by Upchurch. Like, he seems like he is in contact with Upchurch.
Yeah, he's been to Church's house a couple times. Like, they're actual friends. But no, someone just reached out and he just happened to pop into that chat. It was no thing that he was, and he just started running with it. Like you said, he always does. That was like kind of the worst thing to happen, is for him to pop up in there, because it fucking blew his head all the way up. And then with the little family inside there trying to help him out, man, all he had to do, I don't know. It's weird. I'm stressed out from it, and it's not even my fucking family and shit, and I'm here stressed out about this shit.
Right.
But hey, she needed a platform to do it, and I'm not sorry for it. I'm not.
No, I just hope she's safe. And like, I think it was a good decision for her. I just, with the proximity location, I worry that
you and me both,
because whenever you're talking about people that used to love each other, They have like a family together. You never know what kind of stupid decisions they'll make. Like, oh,